I am your host, Stray Cabbage, and this is the Varadkar Clown Show.
Just think about what you said.
So I was thinking about how I was going to start this off. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to protest. I've got a protest for you. One of my mates has sent me a video. A very beautiful they, them. These are bigots. Absolute racists. Pigs! You just made the greatest man in Ireland quit his job. There's going to be ramifications for this. What I witnessed yesterday was a broken man, a man that done his best for his country. He tried to take mother out of the Constitution. What more do you want? He tried to bring in 5 daddies and 10 mummies to one little girl. What more do you want? He brought in hate speech laws to restrict the bigots. What more do you want? What more would you like? He gives you everything and you give him nothing because you're bigots, racists, homophobes, transphobes, timephobes. So my friend sent me a video and I need you to see this video. Now I will be doing this in protest outside the Dáil for the next possible 10 years.
Hold D.A. Jenkins accountable.
Hey, man! Cowards!
How I feel exactly. How I feel about this situation. And I think we should watch that one more time.
Hold D.A. Jenkins accountable.
Hey, man! Cowards!
Absolute cards. So, I mean, there's bound to be people in the chat like-minded like myself. What I will do is, because there's, non-bigots that have been sending me buy me a coffees, and they need these beautiful thems will be put out now. So there's a person called me. Respect your views. Thanks. Beautiful. Bought me a coffee. Somebody just put themselves down as someone because they're someone. They're someone. You have to understand these people are someone. They're not they're just someone. A beautiful they, them. Very smart, well-spoken young Irishman. Loved the channel. Bought me 3 coffees. Andrew Taggart. Good work on the videos, and all the best for the future. Bought me a coffee. A beautiful they, them. Non-bigot. Finola bought me a coffee. Beautiful they, them. Identifies as a woman. Get the coffee into you. Of course, and I did get the coffee. And I bought myself a coffee. And do you know what's in this coffee? Soy coffee with reused beans. Reused beans because we can't well, how you reuse the beans when they fall off the ground, you know, in the Costa coffees. Well, I scoop them up. And I take them home because that's waste and we need to be looking after the environment. So I've got my soy latte, and that's what you should be doing. If you're not doing that, you are a racist bigot, and you need to understand that. Let me get out of the role for 2 seconds. If you're watching after the fact, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And sure, if you want to go follow me on the free speech platforms, the links for my X and my Rumble can be found in the description, along with the buy me a coffee. Thanks to everybody that bought me a coffee there. I appreciate that. I'm not here for the money, but I literally spend it in coffee. So let's see who we've got in the chat today. Let's see the bigots, the bigotry. I mean, I was looking through X, and you've got this guy Michael O'Keefe. Like, oh my God, how much of a bigot is Michael O'Keefe? Imagine him out here saying it's time to heal. It's time to heal, Michael, is it? Oh, right. Oh, it's time to heal. You're just a bigot like Conor McGregor, a pure bigot. You never appreciated the wokeness that Leo brought into this country. He saved this country, and it's used far-right nationalist bigots that are coming in here and destroying this beautiful country. And it shouldn't be a country. No sovereignty. None of that. We need to be an NWO, one world communist Europe. And we need to bring this in immediately. And let's see who they bring in next. Mary Lou. Well, let's just see. I've got a little bit of an insight what could be happening. And all you Irish nationalists are going to get it. You are going to be begging on the streets while the beautiful migrants are taking your homes. That's what it's about. No limit. They're coming in now. Now the work begins. I think, you know, as much as I'm heartbroken about Leo going, the real work's going to begin now. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Communist Ireland, here we come. And there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely zero you can do about it. We're going to take away voting now. After what I've seen, I've had conversations with a couple of NGOs that are coming in here, and they're saying, you know what? We agree with you, Cabbage. We understand what's happening here. And maybe it's time for change. Maybe it's time for some change, okay? And I do have a stacked show for you today. This is Varadkar's greatest hits. We're going to react to a few things, and you're going to accept it. And you're going to share this, and you're going to like this. And if you don't, you're a bigot. Where's my look at that. Well, Warren, under my policies, graping people will be legal. And it won't be a criminal offense because we need to respect people that grape. It's just my opinion. My ears are bleeding. You see, Finola is not a bigot. So sad to see a legend, Leo Varadkar, leave. And you're right. The grand clown is right. 100%. This guy here gets it, because now you're going to see what communism is. Maybe I'll run myself. We've got Solway's changing every day. He is a bigot. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He's a nationalist. But he's changing every day, and he's slowly somewhat coming around to my regime. We need far right bigot merch. Far right and Gulag. Oh, I think we need to get into the first video. Okay.
You tick to know what was going on. But this lad here's an awful Egypt. Sold out to the Queen. Sold out to the Queen, you did. You ran off to England, now you're back in Ireland trying to get the money back. You're 17 See Francis up there. See Francis up there, do you?
Yes.
Francis is the only person who can remember when you were last funny.
On a side note, could they make a show like this? I grew up watching this turkey, Dustin, right? As I said in my community post, my dad's a hardcore dub from Clondalkin. He made me watch this. I didn't appreciate this as a kid. Now I do. This here was one of the best shows. Like, see Dustin the turkey, right? You couldn't have him now. You couldn't. They would probably be promoting Moderna if he was on TV now. But do you know what I mean? This was funny. This is brilliant stuff. Like.
Right, who invited? I don't blame you, Zig. I don't blame you at all. Look, I'm not blaming you.
Look,
what are you saying, George Clooney? George Clooney, I've got programs. Do your advert for Just for Men, will you, and get lost. You liked it off. Poor Socky doesn't have a father anymore. I'll tell everyone you're laying into Velcro girl at the Christmas party if you don't watch it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't come out. That's a Christmas show. There's Zig and Zag and Dustin. You couldn't have that today. Like, the stuff that he comes out with is just mad. Like,
What are you saying? Why is he here, Ray? I can't understand your English accent. Speak in the Irish. Speak in the Irish. Speak in the Irish. You sound out in the Irish.
And the funny thing is, my dad used to go on like this. It was brilliant. Like, you know, I didn't mind the English. Like, he lives in fucking England now, but it was funny back, like, listening to him. You know, you sold out the Irish. Look, you can't hear you because of your English accent. You know what I mean? I remember that episode because Zig and Zag done an episode in England. I think it was for Channel, or it was BBC, CBeebies or something.
Get your hands off me, you have your card.
Sorry.
Who invited you? Why is he here?
Dustin.
It was your twin brother.
Dustin.
Your twin brother. Where are your corgis? You want the Queen's corgis, did you?
Corgis!
Big breakfast, and that was great.
Where's your corgis? Where are your corgis? I thought he said car keys, but it's the corgis, the Queen's dogs. That's absolutely brilliant. I wish I could go back to being a kid just to watch this and experience this all again.
Don't see you on it much more, do it? Don't see you on it much more.
Why is he here, Ray?
He's here to do pop poetry.
This is his own show, Ray.
It's the season of goodwill and all that.
Hold on,
Pop poetry. Sorry about this. Pop
Someone
poetry.
shouted
He's here for a
Liverpool,
reason.
that's even
Pop
worse.
poetry. We asked famous people to recite the words of other people's songs, and the job of the thought
Dustin.
That's
Francis. Are you Twink's daughter?
Do you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't say that. You couldn't come out with these things on TV today. It would offend everybody. Do you know what I mean?
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? You went over to the Brits, didn't you?
Dustin, can you do pop poetry?
English.
Dustin.
Yeah, you don't care about the Irish. What is it then?
You calm down, we're going to run out
Pop
of
poetry.
time.
Look, there's a camera. There's a camera. You're very on.
Do the pop poetry.
Right, am I on? It's live and all that.
Yeah.
Socky says hello, by the way. Socky says hello, right?
Come on, quick.
Right.
That's nice.
The Olympia Theatre from Steve.
No!
Pop poetry.
Sorry. Talking Dustin.
No!
Is that Zig in the background? I remember him, man. That was brilliant.
Pop poetry.
Dustin's Mars selection.
No!
I keep on getting it wrong. I'll try and get it right. Okay, right, here we go. Get away from me.
We're running
Here
out
I
of
am.
time. Come on.
Raise your bowler hat and umbrella.
Oh, will you come on, will you?
Right.
Oh, my shit!
He fucking hawks one up, doesn't he? I remember that. He used to, he really hawked one up. Oh, I didn't appreciate this as a kid. I do now, though.
Shoes! Oh, my shoes!
Right,
Save
okay,
me
here we
shoes.
go. Right, you ready?
Yes.
One spitting. This is to the fat family, eh?
Yes, yes.
Because they don't watch the show like everyone else.
No, right, go on.
Like everyone else doesn't watch it. Right.
Don't you cheer!
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That bigoted turkey. That bigoted turkey has me crying. That bigoted turkey. Imagine that as kids, we had to watch a hardcore dub turkey spew out bigoted ideas on children's shows on Christmas. Imagine that. Maybe that's a reason why today's generation is so racist and bigoted and nasty and homophobic and just, time phobic and everything. That's why. Now I've got it, because I was a dirty Irish nationalist, racist, bigot, homophobe, timephobe, transphobe, because I had to watch Dustin with his dirty idea. That's what it is. I'm so happy times have changed now, that we've got things on TV where, there's loads of they, thems, and that's what you want. Pump out the they, thems. That's what it's all about. Get the they, thems out of you. That's what you want. They, thems, she, hers, no his, hims. That's misogyny. That's toxic masculinity. We need to eradicate the his, hims, and all those. It's the they, thems. I am legion. Do you know what I mean? What bigot have we got in here? What bigots? Yeah, exactly. Dustin's dirty ideology. That's exactly what it is. Coffee beans are great fertilizers. Now you're getting it, James. Now you're getting it. And what I will say is, what will be coming in the future under the communist regime, the Klaus Schwab communist regime, we will be collecting your poop once a month. I've been speaking to Kim Jong-un, and he says he collects their poop once a month for fertilizer. Now, he doesn't feed them right enough, so they're quite small and skinny, and they don't really shite an awful lot. But regardless, you will have a quota of poop that you need to give us per household. If you don't meet that quota, it's straight into the gulag. Right. Now we're going to react to... This is Leo leaving. This is what you've done to my Leo.
17, I knew that one part of leadership is knowing when the time has come to pass on the baton to somebody else, and then having the courage to do it. That time is now.
Did he just say pass the baton on to somebody else, or the baton?
So I am resigning as president and leader of Fine Gael effective today.
Look what you've done! Look at that man. Broken. Look what you have done with the pressure you put on him. But as I say, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire for you little glue bags, because that's what you deserve.
And will resign as Taoiseach as soon as my successor is able to take up that office. I've asked our party general secretary and executive council to provide for the new leader to be elected in advance of the Ardèche on Saturday, April 16th, thus allowing a new Taoiseach to be elected when the Dáil resumes after these.
Helen McEntee, Mary Lou, who we're going to pick? We need somebody hardcore that's going to come in and just absolutely annihilate these bigots and racists. So who do you think's going to take over? Who do you think's going to succeed the great Varadkar? Who do you think could fill the boots of the great Varadkar? Let me know in the chat. Who do you think this could be? Do you think it's going to be somebody tame? Do you think they're going to flip flop? Do you think they're going to bring in an Irish night? See when the upcoming elections come, right? I know there's going to be a successor, but see when the elections come, see if any of those dirty Irish Freedom Party boys get in. Irish nationalist boys, and I'm gone. I'm moving to West Africa because I need to be around diversity. I need to be around people that understand diversity. I need to be around a Boko Haram that understand the inner workings of a they, them, feminism, that understand the persecution that happens under democracy to they, thems, and freedom of speech. Don't get me going with freedom of speech. Fuck your freedom of speech. Fuck your freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech doesn't override my right to be happy. If I want to promote whacking the wiener off in primary schools, you'll accept that. And if there's any mother or father that doesn't accept that, do you know what? I'm going to whack your wiener off too, just so you know what it feels like. Just so you turn into a they, them, because you need to know what it feels like. From the ages of 2, I was out here battling with my demons. 2. They even had a gender reveal for me. A gender reveal to call me a boy. That's the type of tyranny I lived through. And this is how I feel about it. This is how I feel.
Hold D.A. Jenkins accountable.
Amen.
Jenkins accountable.
Cowards.
That's how I feel. That beautiful they, them can express that fully. I can't express it because I've grown up in a misogynistic world where I'm locked into this little box and I can't flourish and become who I am, which is the perfect they, them. Because of you and your dirty, bigoted, nationalist views. There should be no gender. Open your hearts, open your homes to the migrants. Share your wife. I share my wife with 10 West African migrants. She enjoys it. I watch. They definitely enjoy it. And some of you dirty, bigoted nationalists come in here and say, I'm a cuck. It takes a real they, them to watch that and appreciate that. That's poetry in motion. With the hip flex and the movements. These people are acrobats. They've done things that I've never seen before. And you're coming to me telling me I'm a cuck. Listen, you're the cuck. You couldn't watch your wife being reeled by 10 West African migrants. I opened my bed to these. I opened my wife to these. I sleep on the floor. I record. And we do have an OnlyFans, and all that money goes to the alphabet people. All the money goes to the alphabet people in the cause. And that money is coming in to bring out new camo gear for the new paramilitary organization that I'll be creating. Pink and blue camo gear with a blue scarf and a red communist hat. And this is where the future is. And if you're not getting behind this now, then you're just a bigot. And there will be a gulag created. All rapists, speedos, criminals will be released from prison because they are, let's face it, they are the epitome of what society is. We treasure those people, especially the speedos. You know, just look at O'Gorman. What can I say? What can I say? A beautiful specimen of a man. And this is you know, and then those prisons will be turned into gulags, and they will hold Irish nationalists. And anybody that holds any type of nationalistic view, your retinas will be scanned, your fingerprints will be scanned, there will be a social credit score, and if you even hang about with somebody that's like a nationalist, your social credit score will lower, but it will go higher if you give us your blood, your preferably young blood that's a heightened sense of fear, because we need to give that to the parties at, after the door. They'll have a little drink just to keep their youth up. Some of that goes over to Klaus Schwab. We've got our quotas for that too, Adranabom. And these are the things that will raise your credit score. And I mean, who doesn't want to live in a society like that? There's roughly about 40,000 cameras in Dublin. I'm trying to up that to about 100,000 cameras, and every small town should have maybe a good 10,000 cameras, because we need to track your every movement. I'm actually advocating for 6G. I want 6G to come into blanket Ireland, and everybody's going to be implemented a chip, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter, even if you're an Irish nationalist, and we will track your movements, and we can listen to you. And if there's key words like freedom and democracy, that's automatic 2-point deduction in your social credit score. If you go to -5, it's straight to the gulag for 10 years. And I don't care about if you've got children or whatnot. That doesn't make a difference. Straight to the gulag. Straight to the gulag. I've got a good few people watching here on X. Who's this? But that is a beautiful they them, Shay. That is a beautiful they them. Look, now look, hold on. My husband and I kept, well, what do you mean secret, Finola? What do you mean? My husband and I kept the baby gender secret. There shouldn't be a gender. Why are you putting that tyrannical system on top of that? Oh, like, personally, myself, in this household, even with the West African migrants that share my wife, when I sleep on the floor and watch them train her, nobody has gender, and they agree. They agree. This is a house of beautiful they thems. Right, so what have we got next for you? We've got Michael here.
Briefed myself and Eamon Ryan in relation to his plans. To be honest, I was surprised, obviously, when I heard what he was going to.
You could have done more. You could have said, no, Leo, don't go. They need you. Cabbage needs you. He's out here doing the work, doing Satan's work every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. in defense of you, and you're just going to leave him. You're just going to leave him. He's out here promoting your good communistic message that there should be no sovereignty. Why are you disappointing Cabbage like this?
To do, but I want to take the opportunity to thank him sincerely. We got on very well. We had a strong personal relationship. The three leaders had.
You're trying to rub that in my face, are you, you wee prick? You're trying to say that you had a strong relationship with my Varadkar. I had a strong relationship. You were just the side man, the side piece. I was the full piece, kiddo. I was in there. Full wealth. Deep, 4 o'clock in the morning in a car park, head hanging out the window, arson everything. You're telling me you had a close relationship with Varadkar? Catch a grip of yourself, you fool. I had a close relationship. He hasn't texted me back. He said, we can work this out. We can get you back in here. Let's play the long game. A pure communist 30-year plan. That's what it's about. Don't buckle now, kiddo. This is where the work starts. But no, I got a feeling he's had conversations with Republicans and dirty Republicans and conservatives in America, and they've sort of pointed out about the, what this could possibly do to Ireland. This prick, Michael, what are you? You had a close relationship. You had no relationship with him. You're not a good bum boy like I am.
Which I think was important in terms of the continuity and stability of the government. And I want to take this opportunity again to wish Leo the very best in his personal life and in his career into the future. Last evening,
Look at that. I think this guy's an agent from the Republicans in America. 100%. This guy is an agent. He forced Leo's hand to go. I'm going to be looking into you. You had a close relationship. You had a close relationship with nothing, son. It's me. I had a close relationship. How do you think I felt getting those booty calls at 4 o'clock in the morning? I have to drive from the north to Dublin to meet him in a car park at 4 o'clock in the morning. No questions asked. Arse out, straight out through the window. Sometimes I didn't even know if it was him. It could have been anybody. But I done that because I'm a good cabbage that understands that it's hard to implement a communist regime, and sometimes you need to let off a bit of steam, don't you? I was the man, not you. Don't you come to me as if you had his best interests at heart. You never done the things that I done. You lazy cunt. There you go, I said it. Prick. Now we're going to go for Varadkar. Greatest hits. Now, where do you see this for a beautiful man?
Why can't children vote in the elections?
What?
Because in Ireland the age of majority is 18, and when you become 18 you become an adult and you have certain rights and responsibilities. So for example, you can't join the army until you're 18, but you can't vote.
Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my God, my loins are tingling.
Either, and lots of different things like that. So some countries are thinking of going to 16. I have an open mind on that, but you do need to pick some limit.
If you weren't in politics, what would you be doing right now?
Well, I can answer that question. Of course, every night, 4 a.m. in the car park. OnlyFans. These are the things that are good in life.
I'm a doctor by profession, so before I went into politics, I was.
You're a doctor of love, Leo. A doctor of love. And I've lapped up all that loving.
Working as a doctor, and I suppose I'd still be in medicine in some way.
I would like to ask the party leaders, what party would they vote for if their own party did not exist?
That's a dangerous.
That's actually a really good question. Just on the side note there, that is a very, very, like, I wouldn't even think about asking that question. Fair play to that young girl. She's got a bright future ahead of her.
Question to ask. It might be Labour or maybe the Green Party. I worked with the Labour Party before and go.
That's it. Greens, Labour Party. That's what I want to see. Real. That's, you've got something going here, Leo. This is you 4 years ago now. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe we should, what do you call that? What, that they, them that's in the Labour Party, the woman with the mustache, the they, them with the mustache. Beautiful. They, them. That's maybe what we could implement here. Ideas, kiddo, ideas.
Government and a lot of good people there, and I think the Green Party have some good policies. Some go a little bit too far, I think, but they're ones I could work with in the future. So I guess one of those two.
What makes you different to other politicians?
I always try to tell.
I can tell you what makes him different from other politicians. His sheer hip thrust movement is second to none, and I've been through them all. His sleep deprivation. This man can be in car parks at 4 o'clock in the morning and still be in the Dáil for 9 o'clock that morning. Tell me who does that? This man's robotic. I think Elon Musk created this geezer. Just a cybernetic organism. Love machine.
Tell the truth and tell it as it is, and that sometimes gets me in trouble.
I would also like to know about what the leaders are going to do with trolley prices.
A lot of things. First of all, putting more beds into our hospitals, and we're doing that at the moment all over Ireland.
Privatise the whole heap. Offshore the Moderna, or what do you call that other hospital service? Privatise everything. Up the prices. We're extinctionists here, Leo. Extinctionists. We're make it just to get a cast on your arm. €20,000. That's what we'll want. Reduce the population by and then repopulate it with beautiful West African migrants. That's what we'll want here. Pure extinction.
But it's not just as simple as that. We need to make sure that people who are in hospital get out quicker, and that more people don't need to go to hospital in the first place, and that means managing illness better in the community. So it takes a lot of money. It's going to take years of investment.
Look at that. Saving money so the money can go on the regime. What do we need trolleys for? Tesco's other brands are available! Trolleys will do the job exactly.
But we've started doing that in the past 2 or 3 years once we got the economy right, and I hope we'll be able to continue that.
I would like to ask the leaders what they are going to do about the homelessness.
But there is a big focus on homelessness. I think it's terrible that there are so many people homeless in our country, particularly children.
You see, he's far right here. He's far right. I can see the far right coming out in him here. Look at that. He's sorry about the homeless. More homeless. That's what we need. We need more fentanyl, homelessness, slums. We need to embrace other cultures. We need to eradicate Western democracy, bring in extreme homelessness, inflate the prices of all the rents. €10,000 average for a one-bedroomed flat on the outskirts of Dublin. That's what we need to do. That's what we're looking for here. Do you know? This is a bit of he was a bit far right here 4 years ago.
At long last, the number of people who are homeless is going down, which is really encouraging. And all of the charities and NGOs who work with the homeless say that's because of all the new social housing that's being built. So we need to make sure we keep building new housing so that fewer people are homeless, and that those who become homeless for some reason or another can be taken out of it very quickly.
What are you planning to do?
Hold on, look at this. Look at this bigot. Look at this bigot here. Ireland for the Irish. Ireland for the Irish. Deport the rest of them, including the Welsh. Are you talking about that beautiful Welsh teacher that got given an anti-racist? Oh my God, I can't wait to get one of those. An anti-racist award in Derry. Are you trying to say deport the Welsh? Deport the Welsh? Who do you think you are? Gulag. YouTube, get the bots onto this here. Find out who this fella is. He is a threat to the communist regime.
There's no one solution to climate action, as you know. We have to do lots of different measures. Government, businesses, communities, and
lock the place down. Lock it down. Electric cars. Every house gets a windmill. I don't care about the scenery. And we're going to move you all underground. None of this upward house. A downward house under the ground. We're going to release wolves back into nature. Everywhere's going to be green on top. No houses. Everybody's living under the ground. Smog everywhere. Extinctionist dream. People just getting clipped left, right, and center. Gulags. Slop. Dirty water. This is what we'll want. This is what we'll want. And that will protect the climate. That will save the world.
Individuals, but what government can do in particular is change systems. So if you take our electric...
Yes. Now he's getting it. James Anthony Ward was once a bigot. And now he is a they, them. No cars, only for the rich. You lot can eat bugs. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Cricket protein. Cricket baby formulas should automatically be changed from baby powder to cricket powder ASAP to save the planet.
System, instead of burning coal, we're going to put on a lot more renewables like wind and solar, for example. It means changing our buses and trains and cars to electric, and that's already underway. Every new bus now being added to the fleet in our cities is electric or hybrid, and we're doing that with the trains too. And also means changing the way we produce food and agriculture. So lots.
Buy up all the land. Klaus Schwab, buy up all the land. Hopefully, Leo, this is a strategic move, him resigning, so then he can get a job with Klaus Schwab, and then actually he can implement more tyrannical policies on these dirty nationalists that can, and he will then buy up all the land given to him by money from Klaus Schwab. He'll buy up all the farmland, all the waters around Ireland, and he will centralize control of food. And then on the other hand, you'll maybe have somebody else centralizing control on the money, so we're going to control the nationalists. There you go. That's it, Leo. You hear you.
It's a big changes, and I'm really delighted that so many young people are on board for climate action and are putting pressure on us to do more, because that helps us to stand up to the vested interests that don't want us to do what we're doing.
I would like to know, what do you do in your spare time?
Lots of different things, like fitness, so I try to get to the gym a couple of times a week or go.
I can tell you what he does in his spare time, but if I went into full detail, this live stream would be taken down. Just let's say deep, 4 a.m. deep, Phoenix Park deep, fantasizing. Wow, hubba.
Go running, do a bit of triathlon in the summer, catch the movies as much as I can, and just like to hang out with friends.
If you are a superhero, what superhero would you be?
Yeah, a good question. I thought about this earlier. I'm not sure Zorro counts as a superhero, but he's got a cool mask and a sword.
Do you know why he said that? Because I dress up as a gimp, and my my mask that I wear reminds him of Zorro. And because I've put on so much weight, rightfully so, because we're not fat phobic here, it ripped at the arse, but it ripped in a Z. And he said to me, he goes to me, this is funny. He goes to me, "You are a beautiful they, them cabbage." This was 4 a.m. at the car park, Phoenix Park. He goes to me, "You're a beautiful they, them." He goes, "And you remind me of Zorro from the back." And I says, "Why?" He goes, "Because it's just ripped there and there's a Z just where your arse is." And we had a moment. And I mean, it was a moment of just pure love. And I said, "You know what? You're right. You're absolutely 100% correct. Call me Zorro, baby. Call me Zorro."
And has a great accent, but if not him, Magneto, I think. I love X-Men. And
Magneto, yeah, and Magneto was a communist, wasn't he? Because he, as a child, Magneto fought against the Nazis, and I think he was Russian, wasn't he? And he was a communist, the Red Army. He was a part of the Red Army, and then the Red Army tried to suppress his powers. I believe, maybe I'm wrong about that, or maybe he was just a Jew. He could have been just a Jew. I don't know what he was, to be honest with you, but he was a communist, I believe. He was a communist. So there you go. Yeah, Magneto Zorro. We can have a hybrid Magneto. I can control the electricity and the steel, and at the same time, I've got the charisma of Zorro. Zorro, lead the way. Yeah, that's a fantasy I've got there.
That's my favorite.
So that was Varadkar, the greatest hits. That was him answering questions from a couple of years ago. And as you can see, he was a bigot. There's not without a shadow of a doubt. You could see the Irish nationalism coming out there. You know. Then we got into the realms of climate change, and he started to go with the policies that I like. You know, just locking down everything. But he was a bigot. He was talking about homelessness and about how he wants to help the homeless. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're a nationalist and you're homeless, you're not getting any help. We don't care about you. The only people we care about is the people that are brought in here that don't have a passport. They get all the money. So you're working, we're taking your tax. I'm raising the tax. I've put in a letter. They're listening to me. I says, raise the tax by about 40%. That will increase the funds for the people coming into the country. Do it. Do it. You have to do it. There's no other way. How are these people supposed to, what this says to be? Then they came out with far right opinions like, well, what about the nationalists that are homeless in the street? What? You mean the privileged? These people that are privileged? That grew up with their white privilege? Fuck them. Get out of here. Those poor people coming from Africa that have nothing. A Boko Haram. Yeah, look, yeah. 100%, yeah. Now you're getting it. You're getting away from your bigoted ways. He says it was mighty green for a cabbage. Well, wasn't that green for a cabbage? I knew what it was doing. I had a reach around. We had a reach around. So let's proceed. Now I want you to. This is what's coming to Ireland. Right. Now, I want you to watch this video. This is coming to Ireland. Now, this isn't played in English, but there is subtitles for you bigots that don't want to learn another language. Eradicate the Irish language. Eradicate the English language. We don't want to be hearing that. I want to be hearing African languages, South American languages taught in school ASAP. Right? You coming here with your white skin, pretending that you're... Get out of here. So this is what's coming. And this clip... A bit of context for this clip. This is a guy who's telling people that are flooding America how to squat in people's homes and how they have rights. And this is this guy with a TikTok video telling people how to squat in people's homes in America. So this is we do have the same squatters' rights here in Ireland and in Britain. So this is, you know, a tutorial. If there's anybody watching this from across the world that wants to come to Ireland, you can come into Ireland. Just kick the people out of their house. We promote that. Just kick them straight out of the house. We don't care what type of a house it is. We promote to actually kick them out of their mansions. You can house maybe 1,000 people in one of these mansions. I give up my house willingly to 10 West African migrants. They sleep in my bed with my wife. I sleep on the floor. I watch. She has fun. They have fun. I have fun. And this all goes on OnlyFans, and that money gets then shipped off to the alphabet people for their cause. And this is what you need to do now.
He pensado invadir una casa
Invading a house in the United States.
en United States. Ya que me
I find out that there's a law
enteré que existe una ley que dice
that says that if a
que si una casa no
house is not inhabited, we can
está habitada, podemos
seize it.
expropiarla.
Guys, here.
Capichi, muchachos, aquí
Guys, here in the United States also apply. Guys, here in United States also applies the
en United States también se aplica la de invasión de
land invasion, and I think that will be
terreno. Y creo que ese será mi próximo negocio.
My next business invading. 100%. This guy is beautiful, and he does look like a bit of a they them. Do you ever watch The Passion of the Christ? Do you ever see the Satan? That's what he looks like, and that's beautiful.
Invadir casas
Abandoned houses since I've looked
abandonadas. Ya que me he buscado unos códigos
for some codes with
con mis amigos
my friends Africans,
africanos. Y me
and they told me that they have
dijeron que ya llevan
already
como
taken about 7 houses. We can up those numbers maybe to a couple 1,000 houses a day. And the squatters' rights in America are very lenient because somebody just doesn't have to be in the house and somebody can just move in. What I'm trying to say to anybody coming into Ireland, I don't care if there's people in the houses, kick them out.
7 casas expropiadas.
As the saying goes, Daddy,
Y como dice el dicho, papi,
you You have to look
Hay
for
que buscar la vuelta.
the return, and the
Y la vuelta ahorita
return right now is
mismo es invadir
to invade house, since we are not in
casas, ya que nos encontramos en
a street situation and in the only
situación de calle. Y es la única manera que
way we have to not
tenemos para no vivir
live in the street and not be a
en la calle y no ser una carga pública.
public burden. 100%. So he doesn't want to loiter the streets. What I'm saying is, listen, we're sponsored by Trespass here in Ireland. Ireland Homeless sponsored by Trespass. So, you know, if you come over here and you just say you can't kick out a nationalist from their house, just say that you find resistance, like dirty resistance, and they don't willingly give you the house. We're sponsored by Trespass. We can give you a tent.
Capichi, la ley
The law says that the abandoned
dice que las casas abandonadas,
houses
deterioradas
deteriorated
y que esté en
and that is in a bad condition, we can
mal estado, podemos llegar
get and repair and live
y repararlas, vivir en ellas
in it, and if we can still and we can sell it even. Wow.
y si podemos venderla, hasta pedir crédito
For credits with it. What do you say?
con ella. ¿Qué dicen ustedes?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That they them was absolutely beautiful. And don't come here and say that this guy's a member of MS-13. Don't come here and say that he's a member of a gang. I hope he wasn't a gang. And he'll teach you what communism is. I'm pro MS-13. That's what it's about. These guys have democracy, fentanyl, homelessness, inflation, crime. These are things that we love. These are things that we love. And 100%, America's too lenient. What's he talking about? Taking over abandoned houses and fixing them up and selling them. Ireland's sponsored by Trespass, so you'll always have shelter. We don't even need your passport. And on a side note, I wanted to be so lenient where you can just kick out. I'm actually going to start the movement, kick out a nationalist, not hug a nationalist or hug your neighbor or talk to your neighbor. There's going to be a new movement, kick out a nationalist day, where we're going to have droves. I mean, instead of the hundreds that are coming in per day, we're going to have maybe a good 30,000 of them coming in one day. And we're just going to go to the streets in all the suburbs of Ireland, and we're just going to kick out nationalists. We're going to knock on the door. Can you house 10 migrants? No. Well, okay. Looks like you're homeless, and we're going to move the migrants in. And I think that's probably the best way to go. I mean, there's no other option. How dare we live in this dirty democracy?
Or anyone else to have these stickers there. Magella, I was with you the last time and you had them removed.
Now, this is the context of this. This is a beautiful shop that is promoting diversity and rainbows and the alphabet people. This is an alphabet people only shop in Dublin. Beautiful. Kicking out those dirty, straight white males that, that are just misogynistic and they don't have any place in society. And this is a racist, bigot, homophobe, transphobe that's came into the shop to give off about it. How dare he? It's not even, how dare they them?
Magella, you can call the guards all you want. I'll be gone before that happens. Right, Magella.
What's your problem? You don't like gay bar stickers?
No, absolutely I don't, because it's confusing it's confusing to children.
Yeah.
Confuse the life out of them. What do you think this is? You see, what this they them doesn't realize is that what this they them doesn't realize is that it's supposed to be confusing. Why do you think we're bringing in European sex education and we're advising parents straight out of the womb Don't have this gender reveal stuff before. That is bigoted and racist, and that opens up trans people to violence. Gender reveals does. But you also need to, as soon as they come out, instantly, we're going to give you a CD where you're playing, anti-misogynistic music, that will say things like, there is more than two genders, misogyny runs this world, you are the future, don't restrict yourself with two genders, you can be anything you want, they, thems. These are the types of mantras and hymns that will be sang. And it's supposed to be confusing because we need to rewire the brain. We need to rewire this brain to take away the evolutionary misogyny that has been built into them. Unfortunately, it's in their DNA code now, and we need to change that.
I have relations who are gay, and I've no problem with gay people. But a gay spar is confusing to children.
You have all the problems, you homophobe. You have all the problems.
And I raise this with this. Get a life.
Get a life,
mate. What's your name?
David, man.
David what?
Get away from me.
Get away from you.
Yeah.
So why did you come on front of me and then you tell me to get away from you?
I think you're being pretty ridiculous.
Ridiculous what? Okay, great.
Okay, can you leave the shop?
I absolutely will leave the shop. Yeah, I will watch where I'm standing, no problem. But I think it's an absolute absurdity with all this LGHD TV, blah, blah, blah. It's confusing to children. Nobody has a problem with gay people.
And don't spit on me, okay?
Nobody has a problem with gay people. Nobody. But when you have stickers outside saying it's...
That's the guy I want to promote in the regime. Security coming in here, getting rid of these bigots and homophobes. Don't spit in me. Exactly. Don't spit in me. Don't give me that. Don't give me your gender fluid all over my face. Get away from me.
A gay spar, I have a problem, and the vast majority of people in this country have a problem with that. And I'm going to be raising it with Magella, and she can call the guards all.
And I would say everybody that goes into that shop is asked a question. Are you straight? If they answer yes, they're kicked clean out. You cannot come into the shop, but you have to be, you have to identify with the alphabet people, and you have to prove this. And you're going to get credit points in the shop. Like, things will be free if you go for the shaved. If you're a woman, sorry, if you're a they them that identifies as a woman, and you've got the shaved head at the side with rainbow colors, pierced nose, pierced eyes, glasses, big thick glasses, stubble, the normal communistic gear, like the flared bottoms with the denim, the ripped denim jacket, and you will get extra points. Everything will be free if you wear an Antifa badge.
Want some blah blah blah. I haven't. No, well, I'll tell you what, Magella, I haven't done a thing wrong. And actually,
look at that beautiful woman, Magella. You are the epitome of. I know you're a woman, and I know that you're a white woman, and I get that, and that's something I can't condone in this society. But you're working on your femininity. You're working on the misogyny. You're escaping the tyrannical box that is gender, and you're giving it to this guy. And I totally 100% respect this fully.
I will leave your store, and I don't have to leave your store, but I will. No, you're asking me, and okay, I will tone down my voice, Magella, because I've dealt with you several times before. But whatever monies you got for putting up them stickers, Magella, right, is confusing young children that they think that they need to be gay to get into this shop. Shame on you.
And they do. They do. You're not getting it. They do. Of course they do. That's what the whole point of this is. Of course they do. That's what it's like. Is this? I know. I understand. Maybe this guy's a protected characteristic. He could be disabled. So if he is, apologies, and just contact me. And if you're disabled, we will bring you to a re-education camp. We can inform you on what this is. You cannot get into this shop unless you identify with the alphabet people. That's it. That's it.
And I'll raise awareness to it, as well as these fucking zebra crossings outside.
Look at that. That's going to make me explode. That is beautiful. Look at that there. That is progressive. That's what I want. All schools should be painted with this. All of them. All of them. Every single that. See, that there is the epitome of a progressive society. That's beautiful. All those colors represent somebody in the alphabet people. With it, within that community, I would like to see the Speedo color. What color? Black? No. We'll say black for now. We need and the grapists need to be added to that because that's also a sexuality, and Speedo, that's a sexuality. So those colors need to be added there because those people are being actively persecuted against by dirty nationalists.
GHD, blah, 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 right? And I'll be back again and again and again until they're removed, Gardaí or not, right? Gardaí.
Listen to the homophobic sentences coming out of this guy. Homophobe, transphobe, alphabet people phobe. This guy's got all the phobes.
They're not. They're confusing children. Nobody has a problem with gay people or from the lesbian, gay, bisexual fucking thing. But if you're...
Listen to that! Get me his number. Get me his number. This is absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful. Do you know what? This is how I feel about this.
Hold D.A. Jenkins accountable.
Hey, man! Cowards!
That's how I feel about that. Get me this guy's number. Let me get... What's going on here? Get me this guy's number ASAP.
Confusing children and making this shop out to be a gay spar. I've a problem with you, and Majella, you are...
So imagine this. Every shop needs to be like this. Every shop can only hold alphabet people values. If you're coming into a shop, if you're an American, this is a store. Or if you're in North Korea, it's Rat City. Let me tell you something. Every store, shop will be only alphabet people. We want to get rid of the Irish nationalists. We don't want this type of bigoted, homophobic, transphobe, timephobe, factphobic person be coming in to eat food. Go get your own food. I thought you Irish nationalists are into your hunting. What are you doing in a shop for? What are you doing in a get out of the shop? What are you doing in a shop? You have no call to be in a shop. Buying food and soy. Get rid of milk. Soy lattes all the way. You don't like it? Do one. Speak to me. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to come up to me with your misogynistic values? Let's have a bare knuckle. Pump out the chest. I'll destroy you with facts because feelings don't care about facts. Do you understand me? Get me this bigot's number. I'll have a conversation with him because there's going to be serious ramifications.
Times, but I think we'll proceed to take leaders' questions under Standing Order 36, and I call Deputy Mary Lou MacDonald.
Count Corla, the announcement.
Look at this bigot here. Oh no, hold on. Your referendum suggests your head is up your ass. Exactly. The referendum, 100%. Why did people vote no? We had it rigged. And then at the last minute, I do believe somebody went in there and says, we can't use those rigged votes because it's going to flag something within democracy. We'll have to abide by democracy. Don't make me sick. Don't make me sick. Democracy. 100%. I agree with you.
This afternoon of the resignation of Taoiseach and Fine Gael leader Leo Varadkar brings us to a critical moment in Irish politics. The decision of who now leads government as Taoiseach must be placed in the hands of the people. The decision of who is in government must be placed in the hands of the people. And today's announcement can have only one conclusion: the calling of a general election.
No general election. Get in there, Mary Lou. Abolish democracy immediately. Get the boys back in. Get them back in. Get the woolly hats back on. Come on. Let's abolish democracy ASAP. You know, they fought for civil rights, but now we can use them. Now we can get them riled back up again. Come on, Mary Lou. You got it in you. Come on. You should go in there. I want to see a Kalashnikov around your back saying, no democracy. I'm taking over now, Leo, and I'm going to do the job properly.
You have stated that it is your time to go and that you are not the person for the job. It's clear that it's time for this entire government to go, to allow the people to have their say.
That's it. The whole thing, just rip it out. Reform it into a communistic beauty.
And to allow the election of a new government. The very idea that the Fine Gael Parliamentary Party would gather in conclave to reshuffle the office of An Taoiseach, the highest office in the land, without the people having their say is unthinkable. We need a new government that will deliver the change that workers, families and communities.
We need a new government that's going to automatically implement alphabet people policies. We need a communism straight away. As I've said, I've had conversations with Kim Jong-un. He's running the place like clockwork. He's saving the planet. You can't even see North Korea from space because there's no lights. Every bit of money goes on defense and nuclear warfare. These are the things that we need to be going for now. And, you know, obviously Leo wasn't up to the job. He couldn't execute that. There was an inner Irish nationalist in him that thought to himself, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not the perfect communist that Cabbage needs.
He so badly want a government that will fix housing, and instead of going around in circles will make sure that a generation can put a secure, affordable roof over their heads and rekindle the aspiration of home ownership for ordinary people.
No, what is she coming out with? No home ownership. You will own nothing and be happy.
A government that will fix our health service, ensure that you can see a doctor when you're sick, end the scandal of patients on hospital trolleys, get children off waiting lists and into operation.
Sorry, guys, give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Just got a call from Leo. I just got a call from Leo there, and he says that he's very, very unhappy with me calling him an Irish nationalist. He says that he is getting a job with Klaus Schwab, and the future looks bright.
Theatres for life-changing surgery and guarantee that you can get the care you need in the right place and at the right time. A government that will give our young people a chance. the chance of building a good and prosperous life and future here in Ireland, instead of being forced far away to seek opportunity in the United States, Australia and Canada.
But Mary Lou, you're missing the point here. You're missing the point here. We want all these Irish people to go because we need to repopulate this place with beautiful migrants from all around the world. That's what the plan is, Mary. Well, you have to understand that's what we got the Americans for, to create all the wars, obliterate the Middle East, create all the refugees so then Ireland can take them in. That's why these refugees come to safe countries like the Netherlands, France, and England. And then they travel further afield because the plan is to get them here. Like, why? Please, I'm going to have a conversation with Mary Lou here so then she can tell me this is pure lies. Hopefully that she's lying to us here. Hopefully.
Canada, to achieve crucially change and build pathways home for those who so desperately want to come back. Count Corla Ireland has changed and is changing. All around we see the signpost to the new republic that this generation is shaping.
What Leo's actually doing there, he's writing down his Subway menu, what he's getting for lunch. Ham and chicken, toasted with cheese. I know this, and he has a soy latte from Costa, and that's what he's writing down because he really, he knows now. He's thinking to himself now, she's going to do the job. She's going to do the perfect job, the perfect communistic job for Ireland here.
Generation determined to achieve the Ireland denied our parents and grandparents before us, not held back by the past, but rising to a modern vision of the Ireland that can be. This is a time for fresh leadership, a time for change, not just a change of Taoiseach, but a change of government and a change of...
A change and get rid of democracy. Implement communism straight away, alphabet people policies, preschool gender learning, and hormone blockers for everybody. That's what needs to be done immediately. Oh, and get rid of this Christianity. We need instant Islam, the religion of enforcement.
Direction. Tá sé in am don ahrú, ní hawan ahrú Taoiseach, ag ahrú rialtais, agus ahrú tro don tír. Fine Gael have been in government for far too long. Ireland had one of the highest rates of home ownership in Europe when Fine Gael came to office in 2011. That has now collapsed. They have failed.
And this is what we needed. We need that to collapse. Inflation is unnecessary. Inflate everything. You will own nothing and be happy. We're giving you the chip. We're giving 6G is coming in and we will control you. And that's what it is. What did you think did you think that little injection you took to get rid of the sniffles was to prevent the sniffles? Oh, no. Nanotechnology, kiddo. Nanotechnology. Yes. You've all done it. Beautiful.
On housing, on health, and failed to tackle the cost of living. They're out of touch, have run out of ideas, and have run out of time. Another Fine Gael Taoiseach is not what people want. Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and the Green Party, this government has now run out of steam and run out of road. So rather than limping on in a caretaker capacity, go to the Phoenix Park and ask Uachtaráin na hÉireann for a dissolution of the Dáil, and let's go to...
Abolish it. What we need is Mary, listen to me here, right? What we need is a throne and a canopy outside the GPO, right? Just abolish the Dáil, right? A throne and a canopy outside the GPO where you will sit, possibly you, could be you, will sit and be the almighty ruler of the new kingdom of Ireland. Now that's the province. That will be a province of Europe because there's no sovereignty. Zero sovereignty.
the people. They decide who leads.
Thanks very much, Deputy. Just to be clear, I have resigned as Fine Gael President and Leader today. I haven't resigned.
Look what you've done to my Leo. Look what you done to him. You done that to him. You done that to him. You dirty Irish niceness. There's going to be ramifications.
As Taoiseach, but that will follow. Our constitution, and it is the people's constitution, is very clear on this. The office of President is directly elected. The office of Taoiseach is not. The office of Taoiseach is elected by this Dáil Éireann, which is elected every 5 years. And it's not unprecedented for the Dáil to elect a new Taoiseach during its term. That's how I succeeded Enda Kenny. That's how Brian Cowan succeeded Bertie Ahern. It's how Jack Lynch succeeded Sean Lamass, and indeed there are many other examples in our 100 years of democracy where a Taoiseach...
100 years of democracy. Oh my God, my poor alphabet people. What have we been through?
Changed without there being a general election. We even have one example where an entire government changed, and that is when John Bruton became Taoiseach after Albert Reynolds. So there's nothing unusual about any of this. It is in our constitution, the People's Book, and has happened historically on many occasions. The three party leaders met last night. My good colleagues and friends, Micheál Martin.
That's the perfect, see that look that she gave him there? That's the perfect, beautiful, communistic look.
Martin and Damon Ryan. And it is our view that this government goes on. This is a Dáil that was elected by the people. This is a government...
We need to get away from that, Leo. Stop with this Irish nationalist talk about democracy and elections and all that. They're abolish democracy. Bring in communism straight away. We need bloodlines and we need people succeeding constantly. None of this election stuff. If it's up to elections, Irish nationalists will vote in people that are going to, give houses to them, create jobs, and bring in family values. We don't want that.
That was elected by this Dáil in two different formats, and this is a government that has a programme for government that will continue. And rather than having an election will happen in due course, but rather than having an early election, we want to continue to focus on the issues that are at hand, like housing.
That's what the game plan was. Good, Leo. So you thought to yourself, you know what? I can do better communistic work from the background with the great leader Klaus Schwab. I will hand this over to somebody that's even a bigger puppet than I am. Brilliant, good idea. And while they're the face of the show, I'm actually calling all the policy. So that's why you're not going for a straight election here. Brilliant. You're actually, as we speak, you're abolishing democracy. Excellent.
For example, like the cost of living, like managing migration better, like our health service, and also law and order. And just in relation to the issue of housing, Deputy, again, the misleader strikes again. Home ownership in percentage terms is not far off what it was in 2011. In absolute terms, it's higher. 1.2 million people in Ireland now own their own home. Have a look at the census.
And we need to reduce that. We need to get that down to a steady, maybe 100 elites in Ireland that own their own home, but they work for the communistic spider. And we can reduce that. That's a terrible number of people owning their own home. A terrible number.
You may choose or not to choose for not stated.
Now, that's a brilliant comment right there. Bring in Trudeau. 100 bipedal species is getting it. He can maybe work. We could become another state of the great country that is Canada, and maybe together we can flank America. We'll just put everybody to war. Flank America from the south, and then they can flank America from the north, and we can get rid of that dirty democracy. 100%. That is a plan. See, this is what I'm breeding here. Bipedal species is understanding what I'm trying to do.
But the percentage of home ownership has been in the high 60s in 2011. It's much where it was then. We are getting on top of the issue of the cost of living. Inflation is coming down.
No. Now that he's lying to you there, and rightly so. It's getting worse. And rightly so. That's what we want. We want the arse to fall out of it.
I see incomes rising faster than prices are, which means real living standards are improving again, and we're seeing energy bills fall, and we will see, I believe, interest rates fall during the course of the year, which we welcome to a lot of people, particularly those who have mortgages. And in the health service, we see now, for the first time in a very long time, waiting list falling 2 years now in a row, and we intend this year to be the third year. So the work of government goes on. A political party is always bigger than any one man or woman, and a government is always bigger than the person who leads it.
See, this is what the problem is here. I don't see lying in his eyes there. He actually meant that. He says the government is bigger than one man. That is such a democratic thing, like a democracy thing to say. No, Leo, this is what the issue is. You should have been bigger than the government. You were bigger than Ireland. You were God to us. You were the leader. You give us hope that one day we could be living around slums and nobody owns houses and you will own nothing and be happy. And I had envisioned walking down the streets of any place in Ireland and just seeing beautiful they, thems and migrants and seeing no whiteness whatsoever. That's what we needed to abolish, and rainbows everywhere. This is hard times. I could see him like this joining the Irish Freedom.
And we'll honour the Constitution and honour our mandate and continue our work.
Of course, any government must be reliant in the first instance on the democratic mandate of the people. So if you...
What? Oh my God. The democratic mandate of the people. These are the things that needs to change. No mandates. No democracy. Pure tyrannical rule is needed ASAP. Do these people not get it?
You are so confident in your achievements as you stand down as leader of Fine Gael and Taoiseach. If you're confident of that record, well then go to the people and hear what they have to say. We're at times of huge opportunity.
Of course, Finola. My sister sent me an article called The Ditch, and it's about Fine Gael politicians spending money on nefarious stuff. Of course. What do you think I want to do here? I'm trying to bring in a Drana Boom for everybody. A Drana Boom for everybody. Your social credit, once the social credit score is implemented, you will get points on your social credit score if you give us blood that's been extracted from people that are afraid, preferably terrified. And that blood will be given to elites in Ireland, and you will gain 20 credits for that. Now, as I say, if you go down to -5 credits, it's straight to the gulag. So it's, of course, Finola, like what? I mean, that's what it is. That's of course they were spending on nefarious stuff. That's because they have to hide. These people are speedos that have to hide who they are. They should be able to come out, add an extra color to the rainbow. Come out, young speedos. You are welcome in this society.
Huge challenge too, and I cannot imagine a time when it was more important for the people to have full confidence in the government that is in place, full confidence in the Taoiseach that leads that government. And in my strong opinion, that confidence of the people can only be demonstrated, tested and validated through the ballot box. And so I put it to you again, that rather than limping on, and rather than passing the office of Taoiseach amongst yourselves again, the correct democratic route at this point is to go to the people, put your record before them, and all of...
You see, what she's not getting is, and I've got the plan now, he's trying to abolish democracy and she doesn't see the bigger picture here. And he's giving her eyeballs and he's actually writing down notes that he's going to be thrown over to her in just a little minute whenever this ends. And he's going to say, look, shut your mouth, Mary Lou. We're abolishing democracy here. I'm going to work in the background with Klaus Schwab. I'm going to be an elite. I'm going to have all the adrenaline. We just need to promise one thing. Just just abolish this little thing called democracy. Just abolish it. We're going to do that, and then you can reign, and I will give you the direct orders from the great Klaus Schwab that will filter down into the province of Ireland.
Was to ask them in a spirit of humility who should lead. That is the democratic way to proceed.
No democratic way. Tyrannical rule now.
Deputy, there's very little humility in any of your contributions. Very little. You possess many qualities. Humility is definitely not one of them, Deputy MacDonald. And as often you are a master of misinformation. There will be a general election within a year. There has to be. I spoke to the President today after I made my statement. I look forward to seeing him in the next couple of days or couple of weeks as appropriate. I've also spoken to the party leaders, did so last night, and the view of the three government parties, which constitute a majority of this duly and democratically elected Dáil.
Exactly, bipedal species. Imagine wanting to keep democracy. In this age, 2024, the blanket of 5G, everybody's got nanotechnology in their system because of you know what. You fell for that one, didn't you? You's conscious. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment since 2020 right up until the end of 2022. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now it's time to abolish it. Now it's time for all you Irish nationalists to just understand one thing. Tyranny is here. It's at the doorstep. It's came a knocking. And you're going to do fuck all about it.
Is that the government's work should continue, and it will.
So that was quite strange, because they were coming out with like democracy, lowering inflation, building better for the future. Who wants that? But I do believe that was a lie. And they are lying to you because they do want to bring in tyrannical rule. When speaking to Klaus, he says, look, Cabbage, I follow your show. I love it. It's great. You're promoting all the things we want. Tyranny, communism, alphabet people, whacking the wiener off, mastectomies, big pharma. You know, these are the things. And he says, look, the cat's out of the bag now, so you may as well just tell them, you know, that thing that happened in, you know, late 2019, early 2020, you know, that was a plan. And we, you know, the cure was made before the thing was actually released. You know, I might have Fauci on the show next week. And, you know, he was saying, yeah, nanotechnology all the way. He says I could just switch you off, just switch you off straight away like that. It's went in. That's why it doesn't stay on one spot and your body attacks it. It spreads everywhere. It's in your brain. He advised me not to take it. And he goes, I could just switch you off. And that's why there's, you know, some people take to it and some people don't. Changes your whole DNA and everything, apparently. So great, brilliant. I mean, that made me come. I'm not going to lie to you. Whenever he said that to me, I just, it was like, I mean, it was like, wow, these Fauci, maybe can we make Fauci an Irish citizen? We can probably make Fauci an Irish citizen, and he could maybe take over as leader, as supreme. What title will we give these people? Supreme Overlord of the province of Ireland for the new communistic Europe. Interesting. Maybe I'll run that by Mr. Schwab and his granddaughters. Just, I mean, what a woman! What a they them? Sorry, hubba, and maybe we could have a coalition with Gremlin Greta. She could work on her communistic policies and you know, trial it with Ireland. So yes, we could have Fauci ruling Ireland with Gremlin Greta, overseen by Bill Gates. That's why Obama was in England. He wasn't there speaking to Richie Sunak because that's right. He wasn't speaking to Richie Sunak. He was over here speaking to Richie, saying, look, this is what you need to do with Ireland, right? You've got it under wraps here. They think they're living in a democracy in England. It's basically Sharia law. It's basically just Sharia law here, which is good. That's what we want. We're using those dumb fucks to get our policies implemented in because of all the inbreeding that happens in that community. But you know, that's why Obama was. It's for the see. There's life in the old dog yet. There's don't listen. The next month's going to be very interesting. So don't worry, folks. To the thems that are watching this, to the alphabet people that will be watching this here, and the communists, nothing is as it seems. Okay. Now there's one more video I want you to watch of this absolute bigot. Where do you see this bigot? It's only 16 seconds long.
A woman. What is a woman?
What is a woman? A woman is anybody who identifies as a woman.
If you're asking me about gender. No, I'm asking you what is a woman.
A woman is anybody who identifies as a woman. You absolute bigot.
Simple question. What is a woman? Just give me a definition. You speak English. Does a
woman have a service?
No, what is a woman?
See this bigotry. Look at that. That's look. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. What is a woman? Anybody who identifies as a woman. You bigot. Gender is fluid. This is what we're eradicating, folks. These social norms, gender reveals, democracy, money. We need the centralized control of all of this. Big pharma, everything. But that is the end of the show, folks. We're up to an hour and a half of just pure bigotry. You have done this to Leo. I mean, you have done this to Leo. You made him go. You got him to leave with your bigotry and your racism. It's going to be a heavy, like a Monday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a hard one for me, folks, in that car park. I'm going to have to maybe take some laxatives with me. Maybe some extra XY jelly or something, because this is going to be a heavy one. There's going to be a lot of frustrations. But that's it, folks. That is the end of the show. Varadkar has resigned, and let's hope. And hold on, there's a question there's a question here. Somebody says, is the Varadkar Clown Show, is it ended? It's only getting started. I've got a funny feeling he's not left. There's the greatest hits that, there's years of content to go through. So no, the Varadkar Clown Show is not ending. Not on my watch. We're keeping this going. The show is just starting. But remember, guys, if you're watching this after the fact, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on Twitter right now, it's live on Twitter too. I know I've got a good few viewers on Twitter. Make sure to give this a retweet and a heart and share and leave a comment and tell me what you think. And thanks to everybody that has bought me a coffee. I've give your names out there at the start of the show. I appreciate that. Listen, on a side note, a lot of people take this serious and actually think that I'm being serious. I must be a good actor, right? I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm just having a laugh. This is satire. None of this is real. It's just a joke. And on a side note, on the opposite side of things, I get a lot of comments saying, "Oh, you're a bigoted, you're this, you're that, you're taking the piss." There's nothing off limits when it comes to comedy. When we're talking about comedy, I can make jokes about everything, but there's one specific topic that I can't make jokes about. And that, to me, is the real tyrannical rule. That, to me, is whenever you can't joke about something, that is an indication of the people who control you. We can joke about these things. I don't want harm to come to anybody. I'm not. Realistically, let's take away this here. I have to say this at the end of every show, because there's new viewers that don't realize. I respect everybody. If you do identify in the LGBTQ, you're welcome here. Have a laugh. Come into the comment section. Have a laugh. Have a joke about. Do you know what I mean? Nobody here is going to attack you. Everybody here just has a bit of crack. Have a laugh. There's no race. Literally, there's no real racism or bigotry. Come in here. Have a laugh. Have a joke about. Join in. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. Maybe change the name now after a while until Leo's really out. And if you are an Irish nationalist, come in, have a laugh, have a joke. That's what it is. Comedy is gone. Nobody's taking the piss out of anybody anymore because of the protected characteristics. Them rules don't apply to me up here. They don't apply to me. They apply down south. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to dishearten you. And whenever you want to take over a population of people, you have to lower their morale. And the only way you get that back is having a laugh. I'm not saying I'm not a comedian. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I could never do that. But have a laugh. Let's joke. We all should be able to laugh at each other. I don't trust people who can't laugh at themselves. I can't trust anybody that can't laugh at themselves. And that's what it is. If you want to know who controls you, see who and what you can't laugh about or make jokes of. And that's who controls you. But I appreciate everybody that's come in. As I say, it's satire. Everybody's welcome. And this isn't homophobic, bigoted or anything, or this isn't against Irish nationalists, because a lot of people come in here and actually think that I'm being serious. I'm not. This is satire. It's sarcasm. It's all a joke. Do you know what I mean? And massive respect to everybody in the chat. You know, I try to get through your comments. And I do have, somebody said to me in a comment, it's the first time that they've heard comments come in for a review. Let me prove this to you, right? So let me go to comments. So if I go to look, so comments. So you can see there, right? Right. Now look, see up here. It says, go to published, held for review. Now if I click that, there's one held for review. Right? Now before I wasn't releasing any of those comments. And I don't know if it was 400 or 800. It could have been 200. It could have been 10,000. All I know, for 20 minutes, I was just doing, see that little tick? For 20 minutes, I was hitting those little ticks, that little tick, just constantly for 20 minutes. And I averaged it probably between 400 and 800 comments from all the, before this channel, I had 2 channels, and this channel was solely designated to shorts, comedy shorts. And then obviously whenever my other channel got taken down, I used this channel to start speaking about the issues in Ireland. I had a bigger channel with 10,000 subscriptions that just got deleted. And there was loads of comments, and I didn't know this held for review thing existed. So I just sat constantly for 20 minutes like this here, just like I was literally falling asleep, just reviewing all the comments, just not even reviewing them. There was comments calling me all the names today. I don't know how to take this setting off. They just hold, and they give me the comments to review them. I don't want to be doing that. Say whatever you want about me. I've got one rule for this channel. You can say whatever you want about me, but don't be attacking people in the chat. So if somebody comes onto the chat and they are like far left, an actual far leftist, don't attack them. Attack what they're saying with facts. Do you know what I mean? And don't be getting personal. It literally is the definition of a proper safe space where anybody can come in and just have a bit of crack. That's what I'm hoping for. Anybody, I don't care who you are, but say whatever you want about me. Fair game. So that's it, guys. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. I will see you next Tuesday. The Varadkar Clown Show is going on until he leaves, and then another clown show will start. This is for the foreseeable future. Peace out.